This video was requested by YouTube user BS. If you want a video on a Mandela Effect to be made, make sure to request it in the comments section of this video and I'll get onto it the next time I try to make a video. So I personally don't really have many personal anecdotes about this particular Mandela Effect. However, I have observed other people that have these misunderstandings everywhere. As someone who is still a student and therefore knows little about biology, let alone human anatomy, many of these did confuse me a large amount. Not everybody out there is such a big fan of biology. It really doesn't come into everyday life as often as some like to think. That being said, there are a large amount of Mandela effects surrounding human anatomy. If you're not sure what a Mandela effect even is, well, first check out my video on it over here, which explains this phenomenon. So let's start off with the human heart. Yeah, the human heart. Alright, so this one is a bit strange, but let's be honest. Okay, I never really got this one myself. Anyways. So what this one comes down to is the placement of the heart. Apparently some people remember it being in the very left part of the chest from first person view, of course. Strange, isn't it? When you're doing the Pledge of Alliance, how you place your right hand on the very left part of your chest. Yet when you really look at it, your heart is basically in the center, tilted only slightly to the left. And in fact, this is what we're all taught. To feel for the heart on the left part of your chest, I mean. So why the hell are we taught that the heart is on the left part of our chest? Maybe because the human brain enjoys exaggerating things, so it exaggerated us being told that the heart was on the left side of the chest. Another thing is the liver. This is apparently much larger and higher up than many people remember it being. Perhaps they confused the large liver with the small liver. The two are drastically different. Furthermore, some people remember the liver being on the lower abdomen, however it isn't. Some diagrams labeled the livers differently, so that could have led to this. The heart is only slightly to the left in my memory, so I can't really empathize with those who remember dead left, but the liver has certainly changed from how I remember it. Larger and higher up. We study the heart much more than the liver in class, at least for me, but I'm assuming for most people they place their hand on the left side of their chest to feel their heartbeat. This is probably because your sternum stops you from being able to feel it dead in the center, but slightly to the left means you can feel it a bit easier there than your right. Some people are also confused by the position of the kidneys. Some people remember the kidneys being not in the middle of the body, but down below, near the hips. Perhaps they're confusing the kidneys with the pancreas or something of the sort, but nevertheless, the kidneys are another. Now, let's get on to bone structure. Some people are confused whenever they see the back of a human skeleton due to these weird armor things. Those are your shoulders. Many people don't remember those being there. Well, whatever. Now search up cartoon skeleton. This is the more common skeleton we're shown. Not only do they look drastically different to an anatomical skeleton, this is the one that's more ingrained into culture. Furthermore, some people are confused by the ribcage. They remember it being smaller and set higher up with a different shape. Some people, full stop, don't even know what the hell a sternum is and don't even know it exists. That's because they're used to the Jeffrey Dahmer's spooky skeleton, not the medical anatomical skeleton. Furthermore, some people are confused by the human vertebratal spine thinking, having spine sticking out of it. What's that called? I don't know. Anyways, those people need to watch Predator by John McTiernan with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Also, some people think that the ribcage doesn't protect the kidneys. It does. And the stomach is not protected by the ribcage. A commenter thought that, however, that's not actually true. The stomach isn't protected by the ribcage. If it extended that down, it would cause problems for us. There's also a slot behind the eyes on the skull. This causes some confusion for people. It's not anything to get worked up about though, guys. Many skulls show these slots in different amounts of depth. But something you can get worked up about is the actual location of the appendix. Now that gets people into a jumble sometimes. Usually, not always, whatever. And now, let's get on to the intestines. Look at this. Just look at this. Firstly, everything appears to be a massive jumbled mess. Secondly, they're not at all how we remember them to be. Neat and organized, tessellated properly together. This is because in medical diagrams, people are too lazy to draw the intestines as to how they look. So they're drawn all neatly instead of the chaotic mess that they really are. That's also the source of much confusion. I'm gonna leave that in. Also, some people might remember men having one less rib than women. They're called creation. Okay, anyways, dumb jokes aside, I hope you enjoyed this video. It might have been a bit shorter than you liked, but there really wasn't much to say about it. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to request a Mandela Effect topic down below. Next, I will likely get onto map locations. So until next time, goodbye. Hasta la vista, I guess, because we just talked about Arnold Schwarzenegger with Predator. Now that's a good movie, but I also thought it was pretty cool in Terminator 2 that you think from the entire beginning that the Arnold Terminator is the bad guy, but at the end, like at the middle, you realize he's the good guy and he's protecting that annoying squealing 10-year-old kid with like all that hair gel and stuff, and the like annoying policeman who's actually kind of looks like empathetic and stuff is actually like the serial killer psycho from like a Sent Back in Time. So I thought that was cool. I should do a video about that. Anyways, thanks for watching.